I'm Emily Marinelli, and you're listening to the Twin Peaks Tattoo Podcast. I'm a professor of psychology, a psychotherapist, a writer on 25 Years Later website, and a huge Twin Peaks fan. I'm not a tattoo artist or tattoo expert by any means, but I'm a tattoo enthusiast and wanted to make a podcast combining two things I love the most. Each episode of the Twin Peaks Tattoo Podcast interviews someone about their Twin Peaks tattoo and explores what their ink means to them. Thanks for joining. American Graffiti, Untamed Heart, The Big Lebowski, Pulp Fiction. Diners show up in films across the decades. We all wanted to have what Meg Ryan was having in When Harry Met Sally. Long before diners, drive-ins, and dives, diners have been the heart of Americana. Kitschy, fun, nostalgic, dripping with grease and character, diners were the place to go, where you would see your friends, devour comfort food, talk trash, eat pie. Before cell phones and the internets, they were a place to gather, a place to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, divorces, graduations, have hard family talks, sober up after a night out, stop off before work for a breakfast special. A place where you could get fried food any time of the day or night. Basically, my kind of place. How many hours did you spend at diners when you were a teenager? Most days after high school, my friends and I would meet up at Village Inn in Tulsa, a diner chain that at the time held strong to its 90s brown and orange flat decor, the ceiling tinged with ashy smoke rings and water mold marks. You had to wait to be seated when you walked in, but we often just booked it to our corner booth in the smoking section, took our respective seats, and kicked off our shoes. We came to stay, and we couldn't be bothered to follow basic dining etiquette. We were the assholes at Village Inn who stayed for 4 or 5 hours and ordered nothing but coffee and fries. Sometimes a slice of French silk pie to share. The fries were delicious and piping hot. The server would just leave the full coffee pot on the table for us to keep refilling our mugs so she wouldn't have to. We made a mess and probably left a terrible tip, even though we also worked in customer service and should have known better. After having spent time at Borders bookstore listening to Broadway cast recordings on headphones, my gay-ass friends and I would use our Village Inn meetings to review the latest Linda Eder and Mariah Carey albums, discuss books we were reading, Middlesex, White Teeth, Interpreter of Maladies. We shot the shit about movies, TV, directors we loved, Todd Solondz, Christopher Guest, and David Lynch. We would give feminist critiques of pop culture and critically analyze Pulitzer Prize-winning plays. We were pretentious, but also somehow heartfelt and genuine at the same time. There was always some community theater production we were doing. Merrily We Roll Along, Grease, Pippin, and lots to discuss. Lines to run, how we looked in our costumes, cute people we wanted to date and hook up with in the cast, all the while hyped up on sugar and caffeine, our mouths going a mile a minute. We were so close to graduation we could feel it. We were the nerdy trio from Dazed and Confused, trying to make meaning in the last few years of our youth, excited and yet terrified of what was to come. We were just fabulous queerdos, sitting in the corner booth, telling inappropriate jokes, interpreting each other's dreams, people watching, deep belly laughing, and chain smoking our little hearts out to the sounds of Air Supply and Phil Collins coming through the Village Inn speakers. Sometimes other kids in our school would come in for a bite with their families or their friend group, and we would wave hi, maybe say a few words to each other on the way out, but that was it. The magic of Village Inn for us was that we could have the space and time to just be. Without the pressures of high school and having to conform to some certain right way to be a teenager in early 2000s Oklahoma. Village Inn didn't ask us to dress differently, to have fancy cars, to throw out quippy one-liners, to fit into places where we didn't belong. Village Inn didn't ask anything of us. It was just a place we could just go and be our cute little selves. Nothing will ever be like that time in my life. I will never forget that corner booth. Camel butts filling the ashtray, Sarah Palmer style. The talks we had, the dreaming we did together. The comfort and familiarity of having a routine. A place where we all just fit. A place to escape the stress and pressures of being a teenager. A place we could eat and laugh and be weird. And of course, a safe haven where we could eat copious amounts of fries and drink endless hot coffee unabashedly. In this month's episode of the Twin Peaks Tattoo Podcast, I talk with the fantastic Rachel Bennett, co-owner of Twede's Cafe, aka the Double R Diner. We discuss how she came to own this iconic landmark in the Twin Peaks fandom, how her relationship to the show has evolved over the years, and the amazing Twin Peaks freaks who congregate there. In addition to damn fine coffee and cherry pie, we talk about what are some of her favorite diner comfort treats on the menu. And of course, we also talk about her awesome Twin Peaks tattoos. Rachel Bennett was born and raised in a quiet suburb outside of Seattle. She went to the Evergreen State College in Olympia, Washington, where she focused on women's health studies. After graduating, Rachel attended Bastyr University in Kenmore, Washington, where she trained for 3 years to become a midwife and spent 2 years working in that field. Throughout her studies, she would consistently moonlight as a waitress in various restaurants. She would eventually find herself working at the iconic Twede's Cafe in her hometown. Along with having a love of classic American diners, she's also a big fan of Twin Peaks. In 2020, shortly after getting married to her now husband Max, they were presented with the opportunity to buy the cafe. They took over Twede's in March of 2020, just as the pandemic was hitting Washington state. Rachel and her husband have poured their lives into maintaining and building upon the legacy of one of the most iconic diners in America. Here's the deliciousness and the pure joy of Rachel Bennett. Hi, Rachel. Thanks so much for joining.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Can we start by talking about your amazing shirt and maybe you can describe it to us?
Oh, yes, I would love to. Okay, I'm going to flip this down just a little bit. Okay, so it's like a pop art Laura Palmer Meanwhile hands. Beautifully designed by my very good friend Lindsay Cash, who her artist name is Trash by Cash.
Amazing.
Follow her on Instagram. So yes, we went to college together. She reached out to me once she found out that we had bought the diner, and she was like, hey, I designed stickers. I have a whole line of like Twin Peaks characters. And also like, I want to make even more stuff. Like, are you interested? And I'm obsessed with her art. I think it's amazing. And so I started, stocking her stickers at the diner. And then it sort of evolved into now she is coming once a week to the diner. She brings her sweet dog with her. Aww. And we work on like new merch ideas. She helps me with like the online merch store. We're like constantly coming up with new ideas to come out with. This was a sticker originally, and I was like, let's put it on a shirt. It's so cool. People will love it. We sell out of it.
It's amazing.
Time.
Yeah. The colors are fantastic. Everyone needs to go to the merch on your website is like poppin'. It's so good.
Thank you.
There's pens, there's stickers. What else have you got going?
Yeah. So, we're sold out of tote bags right now, but that's something we usually have. I love a tote bag, so I try and have lots of options for that. Sweatshirts, sweatpants, we have stickers, magnets, the enamel pins, keychains, the mugs I just like cannot keep in stock. I should be getting more next month, so we'll see. But I'm always trying to come up with new hats. I'm designing new hats right now. I'm really excited about. Lindsay's been helping me, so I have a few ideas for like beanies and also like dad baseball hats that we will be coming out with here pretty soon.
What is it like to be surrounded by Twin Peaks fans a lot of your day in and out of the diner?
Well, honestly, they're like the best customers. It's very rare to have a Twin Peaks fan that's like a grouchy, rude customer, because they're just like so happy to be there and so grateful that like the diner still exists and it is like paying tribute to Twin Peaks, and we want to like make sure that they have a good experience. Like, you know, I don't know if you've worked in food service, but like there's definitely some challenging people that come out to eat at restaurants.
Yep.
And so, yeah, the Twin Peaks fans are like a breath of fresh air. Like, I always feel bad if I don't have enough time to like talk to them if I'm like busy, because I feel like they always just like really want to like delve in, which I love. But yeah, sometimes I just don't have the time. We've got a few employees that are Twin Peaks fans. One in particular that is like, he's like a mega fan. So he's one of our servers, Greg. So he came out Twin Peaks Day 2021 and then was like, I want to live there. And then hit me up and was like, do you have any positions? I'm like trying to move to Twin Peaks and work at the Double R Diner. And I didn't at the time. I was like, honestly, all I have right now is like a dishwasher position, which sucks, but like, I'll try and move you out of it as soon as I can. And so when he started, he was the dishwasher. And then I was like, okay, let's get you to the front of the house. You can like help with busing and like take some tables. And then as soon as we had some shifts open up, he's been a server for almost a year, I think.
Are you open to sharing the story of how you came to the diner and how the diner came to you?
Yeah. So I grew up out here. My first job was actually at a Twin Peaks diner. So in Fire Walk with Me, the Haps Diner.
Yeah.
It was the Fall City Grill when I was growing up, and that was my
Guess where you worked?
first job as a busser, back when there was still like a smoking section and a non-smoking section. And I was like, 14 or 15, like sneaking cigarettes in like the server area. But we would have Twin Peaks fans come in, like once you like a busload of people would come in and they'd want to like take pictures and talk to me. And I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, you were like 14, you hadn't seen the movie or the show or like, but you must have heard of it because you were living there. I knew about it, but it was definitely, it's so interesting now that I'm so in it looking back. It was definitely, I think during that period of time, the Snoqualmie Valley really was trying to distance itself from its Twin Peaks connection, which I think is so interesting. Like I found an article when I was doing research to redo our website from the mid 90s, maybe the late 90s. And it's basically about how like all of the towns were like, we don't want to be associated with Twin Peaks anymore. It's like too weird and dark and scary and like not wholesome. So like we don't claim that anymore. So I think that was part of it, like growing up in a time when that like the whole area was sort of like, this isn't us, which now it's totally come
it's back around
way. And now all of the towns in the Snoqualmie Valley like are embracing it. They want to do more. Like I've been working with like the city council to talk about like doing something for Twin Peaks Day next year. So that's in the works. So like it's awesome. Definitely a very different like level of embracing the show than there was back then. So I think I was too young. And I think it was like that experience of working at that diner and having these people come in, I was like turned off by it. I was like, ugh, they're weird. Everyone called them the Twin Peaks freaks. And I was like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. And then when I went to college, I went to Evergreen in Olympia, very liberal arts college. And I had a bunch of friends there that were like, thought it was amazing that I grew up in the Twin Peaks town. And so then it like started, as I got older, it became something that I was more interested in. I actually watched Fire Walk with Me before I watched the show. So I got the murder kind of spoiled for me, but that's okay. I like loved it. I thought it was like amazing.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of David Lynch in college, so I got really into him. And then I like gave Twin Peaks a try several times, but that first episode, 90 minutes long, I fell asleep like every time I tried to watch it. Like there were multiple times where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I'd start it out and I'd be like, oh, this is so cool. I like recognize all these locations. I'm into it. And then the music is just like so soothing.
It's a dreamy trance, right? It can just put you right out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It like, yeah, every time. So then finally, at the end of 2018, I had lived all over. I had not lived in the Valley since I was 18 and like moved away to college. My then fiance, now husband, and I moved to the area at the end of 2018. And we were like, okay, let's do it. We got to watch the show. We're here now. Like it's time. We're going to do it. So we did, and we got really into it. We're like obsessed with it. And I needed some extra money. I was working like part-time as a midwife, and then also working at a little nutrition store in downtown North Bend that's actually on the same block as Tweed's. And I've always worked in restaurants as like a backup plan. It's like such easy money.
Yeah.
I've done it my whole life. I'm good at it. I especially love working at diners. They're like my favorite type of restaurant to work at. So I was like, well, it would be so fun if I could get a job at Tweed's, because we're like watching the show. I didn't go there that much when I was growing up, so I don't have like a lot of like associations with it. Like there's a lot of restaurants in town that I wouldn't work at because of just growing up around here, and you like, you know. So anyways, I got a job one night a week, Wednesday nights at Tweed's, which is the slowest shift of the week in the middle of winter, so the slowest time of the year. There were some nights I would make like $30 or something, but it got my foot in the door. And then I eventually worked like weekend shifts. But I found out pretty early on that the owner wanted to sell the restaurant. He wasn't advertising it. He really wanted it to go to like the right person. He really wanted somebody who was going to like keep on a lot of the staff. And he didn't want to just sell it to like some like wealthy Seattle person, you know. So it became sort of this like joke fantasy when we found out that he was selling it. Like, how cool would this be? There's like so much potential in this place. Like he was never really into Twin Peaks. So he, like I said, just always kind of did the bare minimum for the fans. And then I like stopped like sleeping like through the night because I was just like staying up, like just brainstorming and like thinking about ways that like we could make it happen, what I would do. Like I became like really obsessed with David Lynch. I was like watching all of his interviews. Like it just became like kind of an obsession. Like to the point where I felt like I was like, okay, I at least have to try. Mm-hmm. Like I at least have to just like see if this is even possible. Because if I don't and somebody else buys it, I'm just going to be like heartbroken.
And it was never in your radar to do something like that. Like it was never in your life, necessarily your life trajectory. Like I'm going to like run a business. I'm going to run a restaurant. Like this is what I'm going to do.
No, I went to school and got my master's degree as a midwife. My husband got his PhD in philosophy and plans to like work at a university and teach.
Amazing.
So yes, not at all what we had planned. Like I said, I've worked in restaurants pretty much my whole life. I have said out loud, I would never want to own my own restaurant. Mm-hmm. It just seems like too much work. Like, oh no, never. They're fun to work in. Never want to own my own. But it's just not any other restaurant or any other diner. It's just so special. And so I thought I would just like bring it up to the previous owner, just to like see what his reaction would be if he would just like laugh in my face. I had only been working working there for like 3 months. He didn't really know me that well. He thought I was cool. He liked the fact that I was a midwife. He like, for some reason, just like thought that that was like so cool that I was like working at a diner, but I was like, knew how to deliver babies. So there was one day that I like approached him. I was like, so have you found anyone to buy the diner yet? He's like, oh no, you know, I'm not trying too hard, just hoping the right person comes along. And I was like, well, what if I tried to buy it? And he was like, oh, I think that would be awesome. Let's keep talking about that. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I guess like now I
put
really
it out into the
have
world.
to at least try.
Yeah.
And so he and I like talked about it a lot. And then it was a matter of like convincing Max that this was something that like we should at least consider. Because at this point he was applying. So the job market for a philosophy PhD is just like insane. So like every job he was applying to had like several hundred candidates applying. So he like applied for like 200 jobs or something like that, and like was not hearing back on any of them. And he's like very well qualified, you know, but it's just the candidate pool is enormous and the number of jobs is so small. And I wasn't making any money as a midwife because insurance reimbursement is horrible. I made like $800 for the last birth that I attended for like the full 10 months of care and postpartum. Yep. So it was like, okay, if we want to live here, which is what we want, then we have to figure something else out. And this actually seems like it could be the thing that we can do that will keep us here, that will be fun, that will be, you know, give us some financial stability, get to be like members of this community. So we started like just trying to figure out what it would look like. We were also getting married that summer.
This is a bananas time for you.
2019, craziest year of our lives thus far. Also, very tragically, Max's mom, she had been battling cancer and she passed away in 2019, like a month and a half before our wedding.
Oh my goodness.
It was a crazy year. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And you know, it's just so interesting the way that the timing worked out for all of these different things. Like, you know, obviously, if we had the choice between having her still alive and being able to own the diner, the choice is very obvious. However, because of her passing during that time, Max was able to inherit a small amount of money that allowed us to, with the small business loan that we got accepted for, we're able to buy the diner. So she is like,
she's a part of it. She's a huge part of this.
Yeah. And she got to eat at Twede's before she died. We have this like beautiful picture of her at one of the booths with like the big ice cream cone and the neon behind her. She loved diners. That was like definitely one of her and Max's like things that they would do, was like they would go and eat at diners together. They, you know, it's like she is very much a part of Tweeds and us.
A huge part. Oh goodness. I have no idea how the two of you did all of what you did in that year and starting any business, but such a big undertaking. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, neither of us have ever run a restaurant or owned a business before. And the previous owner was like, okay, you know, you're going to inherit 30 employees that they're going to be like your children. And we're like, that's just how you ran things. That's not going to be, we're not going to be like their parents. We are their parents. They're our children. Like, it is so crazy. So anyways, we got approved for, I should have known that like things would be really weird. We're buying the Twin Peaks diner. We got approved for our small business loan. We got the phone call on Friday the 13th in December. We our official first day as the new owners was Leap Day of 2020. So January 29th. And then 2 weeks after taking over was when we found out that we were going to get shut down to takeout only.
It was 2020. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So so did you were you staying open and doing takeout pretty much right after you got
never
it?
Closed. Yep.
You never closed. That is fantastic. Wow. What was that like for the two of you going into this venture together and then having this
scary
thing? Yeah.
And like everybody, it was like, we just have no idea what's going to happen.
Right.
So we just have to like take it one day at a time and do our best. And we felt such like a sense of obligation to these employees that have stayed on and like trust us enough to like, stay on with us, because we all but one employee stayed with us when we took over.
That's amazing.
So we're like, and a lot of the people that work there have been there for 10, 15, 20, 25 years.
Wow.
Like Tweeds is their life, their home, their like place that they get to come and like.
It's a family. I mean, it's like,
so we were like, oh my God, we like we can't just close because we have to keep paying everybody.
Wow.
Like, and we gave everyone the option, like, if you want to, try and do unemployment because you might make more money, like do that. But everybody pretty much, the only people we took off the schedule, we didn't even lay them off. We just took them off the schedule. And we were like, as soon as we can open back up, you will be put back on the schedule, was the high schoolers. Because they don't have to pay rent. They don't have like kids and bills. So we're like, you guys are fine.
Yeah.
We'll bring you back once we need you again. But everybody else we kept on. And we were able to get the Paycheck Protection loans, which then turned into grants. So we were able to pay everybody throughout all of the pandemic. And we just went into project mode. I had all these ideas for things that I wanted to do. And so I was like, okay, everybody's here. We have, all the time in the world and we're paying you. So like, let's just get to work. So we deep cleaned, we organized, we repainted a bunch of stuff. We like took down and rehung a bunch of like the Twin Peaks, like photos from the show. Like, we just really like, we're like, okay, let's just
you did an overhaul in the menu too. I mean, I don't know exactly when you had worked on that, but it's beautiful. And there's like vegan options. I mean, it's just like, it looks so good. The design of everything looks phenomenal on the website. It really does. Okay.
So that's shout out to Jenny from Sweden. Oh, she is my dream collaborator. So she does those enamel pins and keychains.
Oh yes, I have one.
She does their postcards. I don't sell those online, but we have them in the restaurant. So she actually reached out to me right after we took over, and she was like, "Hey, Tweeds was my very first wholesale account. I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan. Kyle ordered some stuff from me in the past, but like, it never really was like a continuous thing." She was like, "So if you're at all interested, here's my catalog of like enamel pins and postcards." And I was like, "Yeah, this stuff is amazing. Let's do this." And then she was such a delight to work with. She's the sweetest person. But I was like, "Hey, like I want to do some Valentine's Day merch. This is what I'm thinking. Can you help me with this?" And she just like everything that I said, and I would like send her like pictures of like milkshakes, and I'm like, "This is what I want it to look like." And she would make it just like beautiful and perfect. And if I asked her to change things, it was like just like what you dream of when you want to collaborate with somebody. Like there's like no ego. It was just, and she's so talented and so sweet and like the best. So then she kind of shifted gears and is doing less of like selling her art and more of doing like website design. And I was like, "Oh, well, we need a new website. Can you just like, can we do that too?" And she was like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "Okay, well, while we're doing this, we need a new menu too. Can you like help me with a new menu?" So the website is her design. The menu is her design. We have a bunch of her merch that we sell. She is like the best.
It's gorgeous. I mean, she's done a wonderful job. What's her
name? So Jenny's her name, but Jenny's Prince is her like Instagram online. And then she's also Log Cabin Lady, which is really cute. That's she's awesome. Like big Twin Peaks fan, big Dolly Parton fan. Just like living in the wilderness in Sweden with her like sweet little like life.
I'm just taken with you starting off as a teenager working, at Half's Diner and like being so anti Twin Peaks freaks to now this like full overhaul where this is your life. You're filled with Twin Peaks freaks every day. And maybe you are one now.
Yeah, I would say so. I've come full circle. I am now one of those people that I was like, ugh. And yeah, I love the Twin Peaks fans. They even like when they come in, they'll be like, oh, I bet you get sick of people coming in and taking pictures, or, oh, you probably get sick of people coming in and like, no, I definitely not. You guys are like the reason that we made it through COVID. And like the Twin Peaks fans were so amazing and supportive, because also the news that we were taking over came out so soon before COVID hit. So then we were kind of already on the radar of the Twin Peaks fans. And then they were like, oh, we have to make sure that they don't just like immediately go under after taking over this diner. And
it's a huge responsibility, right? Yeah.
I set up an online merch store like right away when COVID hit and started sending out merch. Like I'd never done e-commerce before, so I had to learn how to do that really quickly, which I'm still figuring out. Sorry if I haven't sent out your order yet.
Is cherry pie the best seller? What do people order when they come in?
Cherry pie and coffee, I would say probably is the number one seller, because that's the thing, like people breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they will come in and get that. Our burgers are really amazing, and like so many of our items are just like really customizable. So like the burgers, you can make the cheeseburger totally vegan, or you can like substitute things in, add things on, like kind of like build your own. Our portions are gigantic. So I think that's like one of our like claims to fame is like the giant portions. That's something that we just like adopted from the previous owner. And it's like, well, we're not going to like change it, because it's just like also not that common, especially in the Pacific Northwest, to be able to go out to like a restaurant and just get like massive portions of fries and breakfast.
That's what I always want. It's like, if I don't have like a big old pile of fries, I don't want it. So I'm really glad that that's like still what's happening. That's great.
Yeah.
What's your comfort? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we also ship our cherry pie all over the country through Goldbelly as well. So.
I saw that. Did you start doing that, or was the previous owner doing?
The previous owner, I like a lot of things. I think he like tried it out when Goldbelly was like brand new, dabbled in it, and then was like, this is too much work. Because the other thing is he was doing it all by himself, whereas there's two of us, so we just are able to take on more stuff. So yeah, it was something he had done it more casually, I think, when Goldbelly was a little bit newer. And then when Goldbelly reached out to me, it's like a lot more, it's just set up, I think, differently than when he did it. So like we have, we signed a contract with them. They send us a lot of the like materials that we use for shipping. They, people order through their website, and then they send us the like shipping labels. So it's like very well organized. So I think they have it more dialed in maybe than they did when he was just sort of like sending a pie here and there.
That's such a cool offering, because I know people who can't make it there, but then still want the pie and still want to like be connected to the show and to the spirit of the pie. So it's really cool that you could do that. What's your comfort item on the menu? Like, what do you get that you really love?
So I'm always kind of rotating through, because as you can imagine, I eat there a lot. I do like a vegetarian breakfast sandwich. That's my Monday morning. I like always get my vegetarian breakfast sandwich with like a veggie sausage. But then let's see. During this heat wave, I've been eating just a lot of cold sandwiches, but okay. So it's like an off menu item, but this is like my favorite thing. So we get this like fake breaded chicken patty. So it's like mushroom protein, but it's like kind of like breaded and fried. And I do it's like a hot wing burger. So the like breaded fried patty, yeah, it's like Frank's hot sauce. So it's not like super spicy. So it's like dipped in Frank's, and then there's like blue cheese on top. That's been my like favorite.
That sounds delicious.
I have it a lot. I love the omelets. I usually do like a custom omelet. I love a grilled cheese. We've been like playing around when it's slow, and a few of my cooks have gotten really good at making mac and cheese grilled cheese, another off menu. It's so good. I can only eat like half of one because it's like so much. And I love the cherry pie, I will say. So the cherry pie and probably the banana cream pie are my favorite of the pie.
Oh, banana cream pie. That sounds so good. Okay, so my stomach just growled. I don't know if you could hear that, but that literally, we're talking about, so I can't wait to come to Tweed's again. It's been a really long time since I've been there. I think it was 2017, I want to say.
So right after the new season came out.
That's right. I was having like the pangs of, agony because it's like we got the return and then the return ended and I was in the depths of despair. So I was like, I need to make this, I need to go there. And so but that was the last time I was there. So I'm going to be going again soon, hopefully. And I can't wait to
please let me know.
Oh, well, I will. Yeah, I will. Well, should we talk about your tattoo, your Twin Peaks tattoo? So tell us about your Twin Peaks tattoo or tattoos if you have more than one.
I just have one.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
I'm sure there will be more in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to show it to you here it is, but really it's backwards.
Yes.
So all of my tattoos, I like get them for myself. I don't get them for other people. So when I look at my hands it's correct. But when I show it to other people, it's fine. Damn.
So what we're looking at are the letters damn fine written on the insides of your fingers.
Yes. Yeah. So it's kind of like a 3-for-1 tattoo for me. So I've got other like hand tattoos, but I wanted the like knuckle tattoos, but on the inside. I saw somebody that had them and I was like, that looks really cool. I got to like figure out 2 4-letter words that will fit in that space because that is like, it looks awesome. And then, so that was like one thing that I was like, just kind of brewing. I knew I wanted a Twin Peaks tattoo. And then I also wanted to get some sort of like, tattoo for Max, my husband. So then I was going to go to Portland for like a girls trip. One of my best friends, Meg, lives down there. And her and I were going to get matching tattoos by her very good friend, Tyler Ball, who is an amazing tattoo artist. So her and I had like scheduled, we're going to like get this matching tattoo. Here, it's this like thread.
Oh yeah.
That says Yazba, which stands for You Always Spring Break Again. And the thread represents our little like group text thread that we've had going for like many years.
So sweet. I love that.
So it's like the opposite of YOLO, like you only live once. It's like you always spring break again. So if like we're on like a girls trip, because we do spring break like every year, we do like some sort of get together trip. And if we like don't end up like doing one of the things that we wanted to do, we're like, it's fine. You always spring break again. So we got that. And then I was like, okay, well I'm going to like see if I can, during my tattoo appointment, get like I want to do like something else since I like hadn't had a tattoo for like years because of 2020. And then it just like came to me that I was like, oh, I can get my Twin Peaks tattoo and my like knuckle tattoo all at once. I'll do damn fine, which is perfect. It's like damn fine coffee. We're like, it's something that we heavily use at Tweeds, obviously. And then when I was like putting it together, I was like, oh my gosh, the M is going to fall on my ring finger. So I'll get a little heart for Max. It was like, oh, perfect.
It's so cute. It's so sweet. So there is this very sweet little heart above the M on your ring finger. Oh, it's so sweet. I love that story. I love all the connections there.
Yeah, it just all came together. So I will say, most painful tattoo of my life.
I can't even imagine. That is such a sensitive, spicy area. Like, it's really badass that you decided to do it on the reverse knuckle side. Like, it's really cool. I haven't actually seen that like that before, like, especially with letters. It's really, really cool. But oh my goddess, what were you thinking?
Oh my God. Yeah. So I was actually Tyler, who did my tattoo. So he's somebody who's been like good friends with my friend for a long time, but he and I had not really ever connected. But I've had this like, oh, he just like seems so cool. Like all of the tattoos he does for my friend are like amazing. He's like this cool artist. And I was like, oh, like, this was going to be our first time really getting to like hang out was while he's doing these tattoos for me. And I'm so glad that he did this one first because he could see that I actually am not a baby. So he did this one. We're just like chatting, like not really, I feel like I can sit for a tattoo. I have a lot of tattoos. But then when we moved on to these ones, I had to take a break. Like he did the D first. And I was like, that might be it. I might have to figure out how to explain just a D on my finger because it was horrible. Each letter, I was like, oh my God, like I might not be able to do this. And it, like most tattoos, especially on your hands, because you wash your hands and like it's hard to like have them heal just like perfectly. Mm-hmm. It needs to have him go over it one more time. And I was like, I gotta wait like a year so I can just like forget how bad
this level of pain.
Yes. Because I do need to have gone over again, but oh man.
Oh, so you haven't yet?
I haven't yet.
Uh-huh. You're like, that's down the road even further.
I might need to like have a drink or two first.
I mean, it is. I mean, the font is holding up well. I mean, it's definitely readable. It looks really, really good. I mean, I see what you mean in terms of like wanting to reinforce it, but the line work is really good. I mean,
thank you. Yeah,
it's not like a jerky lot because I would imagine I would be flinching like, oh, whoops, the needle just like went off on the side. Yeah, you did great. That's spicy. I have feet tattoos and it was really similar. I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I had to do it in multiple sets, like outline, color, more color. Like I had to it was a lot. And it's the same because it's on those, it's like on the nerve, you could feel it. Oh goodness.
Zingy.
So, you're at Tweeds. This is your world. Twin Peaks in a lot of ways is your world. Then you have these tattoos. What is it like to have the tattoos on your body? How does it connect you to the world of Lynch and Frost?
So, I mean, it's probably the tattoo that I see the most out of all of my tattoos because it's just right there. Mm-hmm. I like the multiple meanings that it could have as well. And also like that each hand is like a little, that they're two different. Like, I think that that's a big theme in Twin Peaks. That world is like the dualities and the sort of, the doppelgangers. And so having like, one hand that says damn, which is like kind of intense on its own. And then one that's fine. Like together they make damn fine, which, Tweeds, coffee, could be me, whatever. But then like separately, they're like very different words. Mm-hmm. So I find that to be really interesting. I actually got a bee sting on this hand like a few days ago. And my mom and I were cracking up that I was like, yeah, I got it on my damn hand. But of course it would be on this hand and not the fine hand that I would get this bee sting.
I love it.
And it's fun because like they're on our menu, like for the drinks, the first one is like a damn fine cup of coffee. Like we don't have just coffee written. So then, you know, it's really cute. Some of the customers, they have to order it as a damn fine cup of coffee, or, you know, like, Mom, or you have to say it. And then a damn fine cup of coffee. And it like usually gives me like an excuse to like show it off. Cause I don't really like showing off my tattoos to people I don't know. I like find it very off-putting. I don't know if you have visible tattoos, but when somebody that I don't know is like, oh, what do your tattoos mean? And I'm like, you want me to go through what each of my tattoos mean to you, a complete stranger? Like it could, you know, they're personal. And I always just tell people, I just thought they looked cool. I just think,
that's a good answer. Yeah. Cause I don't know. I don't always know how to respond to that. You know, it's
I have a walrus on this side, and that's one that people always want to know. They're like, what's the meaning of the walrus? And I always say, I really like walruses.
Good answer.
Like that's everything. I'm like, oh, I like the way it looked. I think it's cool. I like sewing. I like acorns.
Really good answer.
This one, like, it's so self-explanatory. It's like the one tattoo that I have that when someone's like, I'll get a damn fine cup of coffee, I'll be like, oh my gosh, look. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, and there's no like, I don't have to go into like a deep like explanation. They're just like, oh, that is the thing that we were just talking about. So cool. So funny. Love it. And then it's like, you're moving on with your day.
Yeah. And it just, it makes me smile. Like I look at that and it just makes me smile. It's just it's such a sweet little tattoo that was incredibly painful. What kind of Twin Peaks tattoo or tattoos would you like to get in the future? Do you have something on the docket?
So I think like there's obviously some sort of like visual stuff that I really love from the show that I'm like sort of toying with, but I think I want to, I don't know, I'm like really into like phrases, obviously. So there's like a few, I don't know, like I love fix your hearts or die. Mm-hmm. I love it. So that's one that I've thought a lot about. I think I want to design something that's not like an obvious twin. I don't know, like something that's like more off the beaten path or like obscure. So then like you have to be like a real Twin Peaks nerd to like know about it. Uh-huh. Like a, you know, fish in the percolator one, that like something like that. Like, and I'm into like more simple line drawing. So yeah, I don't know. I've been toying with a few different ideas, but I don't have an immediate, like, this is my next Twin Peaks tattoo. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of just letting them marinate. And Tyler, the one who did these tattoos, he was actually just here last weekend with my friend Meg, the one who introduced us, and his boyfriend Chad. And we all got to like float the river, and then they got to come eat at Twede's for the first time. Arthur. And we have this mural on the side of the building that's like definitely I want to like redo. It's just like pie and coffee, but it's old and it needs to be touched up, and I actually just want to like paint over it. So we're gonna have to like re-stucco the building at some point, and I want to make like the whole side. So on the back of the building, you know, there's the like welcome to Twin Peaks mural that's like that opening shot. So I want to have that be what it is. So I'll find an artist that can do sort of like a more realistic, keep that as it is. But the side of the building, I don't know if you can like visualize. So there's like the whole front part that they painted blue for the return. Mm-hmm. And there's the awning that wraps around. So where the awning stops, from there to the back of the building is just white. And that's where the little pie and coffee mural is. So when we re-stucco the building, I want to make that whole white section to be like a really cool Twin Peaks mural. And when Tyler was at the diner, I was like talking to him about this, and he's like, I'll do it. I want to do it. I was like, cool. Oh,
that's going to be so amazing.
He and I are going to like, I already started like a vision board for it that we're like working with. So I feel like I'm maybe going to take something that he designs for that and put it as a tattoo. So then it will be like a very like direct connection to the building.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my thoughts on that.
That's so exciting. What a fun project. I can't wait to see what y'all come up with. And it's like, it's fun to collaborate too with just people that you really like and like to just play together and imagine. And especially with like really talented, it sounds like you have a lot of really like talented, incredible artists that you've been collaborating with all along the way in terms of merch, in terms of like design stuff. And then even now with this, it's really, I can't wait. Yes. Good answer. Is there a character in Twin Peaks that you would like to see have a tattoo, and what tattoo would that be?
I was thinking about this one. Oh, I mean, I like want Agent Cooper to have like a little secret spicy tattoo somewhere.
I like it.
Like that's like under his like suit, like something like, I don't know, like a blue rose on his ankle or something.
Oh yeah. Like out of visibility, you can't see it usually, but it's this little secret.
Yeah. I feel like Bobby probably has a lot of tattoos.
Bobby definitely does, and like I think Leo probably does.
Oh yeah, Leo's are probably really like trashy,
like super faded,
not
really
well
trashy.
Done, blotchy. Like you can't, like a lot of them, you can't even really tell what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Shelly's got some cute little tattoos, like working at a diner her whole life. Like and she's, gone through some hard stuff. Has a daughter. Like, I feel like she probably has one for her daughter.
That's nice.
Yeah, I feel like Shelly's got some tats.
She does. Sure. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. And if there's a season 4 of Twin Peaks, what character, either existing or new, would you play?
Okay, so I did think a lot about this, and I feel like what I would want is like what Mary Reber was able to have in the new season, where she's like alternative dimension owner of the Palmer House. Like, yes. I want to be alternative dimension owner of the Double R Diner. Because they're, Norma forever. Like, she is the owner of the Double R Diner. But I think having like alternative dimension, Double R Diner, maybe it's even Twede's Cafe. Yeah. And they're like, isn't this the Double R? And it's like, no, this is Twede's, and I'm the owner.
Best answer ever. Love it. 100%. I'm down for it. I can't wait. I can't wait to go into that dimension and like
David Lynch, call me.
Yeah. David Lynch, if you're listening, because of course you are to this, call her immediately. I can't wait to go into that dimension and have a damn fine cup of coffee. It's going to be so dope. But this was just so much fun. Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing with us, and giving us all of the gifts of the diner in this talk. And how can we find you?
So we're on basically all social media. I would say Instagram is probably the one that I'm most active on. So Twede's Cafe, all one word. But then also tweedscafe.com. So our website pretty much links to everything, including pie shipping, merch shipping. There's some cool like history of the building. I have some like really beautiful photos up on there, including like really cool old historical photos from when it was like the Thompson's Cafe in the 40s and 50s. Or just come to the diner. We're there. Like it's real. And it's really fun. Like it's a really, really special place. I'm so grateful that we get to be part of its history, because like we're only like a piece of like this thing that spans decades and other dimensions. It's like it's so much more than just like the restaurant that we own. It's like it kind of belongs to everybody, and we just get to like take care of it for a while.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Rachel. This is so much fun.
It was so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you too.
Thanks for listening to the Twin Peaks Tattoo Podcast. Each episode is produced by me, Emily Marinelli. Sound design and theme music by Dr. Animal Proof Rock. For more information on today's episode, go to my website, www.twinpeakstattooopodcast.com.
Hey, Scott Ryan here from the Blue Rose Magazine and author of Fire Walk With Me, Your Laura Disappeared, inviting you to head out to bluerosemag.com and pick up one of our issues that cover Twin Peaks. We have interviews with so much of the cast. We cover the world of David Lynch. We're doing a Lost Highway special edition. We've got all this excitement. And you may wonder why I'm doing an ad and I'm not a guest. Well, it's not because I don't have a tattoo of Emily as Lil tattooed right in the middle of my forehead. Yeah, great placement. So now I need you to go out and I need you to buy some magazines and a couple of the books because I need to get Emily as Lil removed from my head. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Yes, I write books and we do magazines at bluerosemag.com, but now I'm also a tattoo forehead person. Can't get booked on the show.